Hello everyone, this is the voiceover view. So this is just to elaborate more on the Oliver situation. There have been people coming out saying no, Victoria was lying. I've mentioned also in my previous video that when I went to look for that video, her first initial video, we could not find the video. It was not there, it was deleted. And also her Twitter account that had the screenshots. So she shared some screenshots on Twitter saying Oliver apologized to her, Jane Doe apologized to her. She no longer has those screenshots also. So this, we're just elaborating more on that. We are also finding out that no, number one, Oliver did not finger a girl on the bus. Number two, Oliver was not blackout drunk as she claimed. Number three, Oliver did not get dragged out of the bus and yelled at by manager Ty and the management team at that time. We also find out there were no minors on the bus. The woman she claimed to be a mother, her daughter was 18 years old. There were no minors in the bus. Even if there were minors in the bus, Oliver did not finger a girl. So we are gonna look at that evidence. Everything is as is. Some of the videos I've taken from TikTok because that's where I first saw this, and then there's like a whole Twitter thread. I've included every single screenshot of this. I did go on Victoria's TikTok account. When I first uploaded that one, I went back on her TikTok account and then I just kind of scrolled down. When I tell you this girl has a massive fat crush on Oliver, I don't know how else to describe it. Remember, Victoria's got sort of like a VIP because she used to promote NSB. In return, she would get these free passes, these free tickets. She said so. I've said so in my previous video. People ask her like, how can you afford this? It's because she used to promote NSB. So as I've said previously, all these are allegations. We do know the issue with NSB is that they do not address the kind of stuff. Even Kane said so, that the management will be like, don't talk about it. So regardless, these are allegations, but however, NSB, they do know all these girls. They do know Victoria. Victoria knows them. At some point they were friends. We also find out that Victoria, because of the new management, she was unfollowed by the NSB members, especially her Oliver. Because of new management, they were unfollowing a bunch of fans, so she was kind of mad. She was upset about that. We do know she even went on live to like complain and just vent, essentially. So that's why I'm saying that this girl, she seems like she has a crush on Oliver, because when she's explained, like, you're gonna see the screenshots, she is like the girl. So the girl who was allegedly being fingered by Oliver is being referred to as Jane Doe. Jane Doe doesn't want her identity to be known, so we're referring to her as Jane Doe. Even Victoria, she claimed on her first video that Jane Doe was like looking her in the eye. Like, what the hell? That sounds like someone who's jealous. She was jealous. Even after everything, she still went on tour. Like, that's what a lot of people were not getting. Like, she still went on tour. She tried to like explain herself by saying that because her friends already planned on going, she didn't want to disappoint them. But then you are so mad, you were so uncomfortable that you were basically like sidelining the other girl Jane Doe, because there were situations they are all hanging out. Other people who were not in the bus when the quote unquote incident happened, they don't know, but they can see that she would like give Jane Doe the side eye. Victoria will give Jane Doe the side eye. Why not extend that same treatment to Oliver? It's clear she has a crush on Oliver. So, okay, I know I've talked too much on this. Let's get into the videos. Let's get into the tapes, the evidence, the receipts.
Both of them one more time. Anna and Melissa are the only two fucking people that can say otherwise, because those bitches were on the bus with me. Technically, Anna wasn't even on the bus. She was helping. Oh, but you went down. So I'm going to start. I picked up Victoria from the airport, and she stood with me, my daughter, and I'm not going to name drop the other girl, but that girl and Victoria. We all stayed in the hotel. Victoria stayed with me. She didn't pay for anything. She stood with us. So we got to the San Francisco show. We were in line. Joe, what are you calling her? Joe Dean?
And so in this story, we're going to call the girl Jane Doe because she don't want her actual name out.
Okay. So Jane Doe was behind us. So Victoria was right about that. She was behind us in the line. And so was the other girl that I'm not going to name drop, that was on the bus with us.
Maybe is it P? P girl?
Yeah, P girl. Yeah. There you go. I'll call her P girl. So we went to the concert. We did our group picture. We did our meet and greet. Everything was cool. So at the end of the show, I was like, Victoria, you ready to go? She was like, well, Ollie's going to get us on the bus. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So we go outside. Remind you, the friend that we're with, she was kind of intoxicated, very, very, very intoxicated. So my daughter, Anna, was like, I told her, go ahead, go on the bus. Remind you, my daughter is not a minor. She was born in 2005. She was 18 at the time. She was 18. So, I told her go. She said, no, Mom, go ahead and go. I'll stay with our friend. And I was like, are you sure? I was like, well, okay, we'll take turns. She was like, okay. We didn't even get to take turns. So I went with Victoria. It was just me and Victoria. Victoria went up first. I went behind her. She sat on the couch and I sat next to her. Ollie comes and sits next to her, and not even 5 minutes, Ollie gets up and leans against the sink. And Victoria, we were all talking, just chilling. Ollie was, talking to her or whatever. One thing led to another. I'm going to put it this way. There was no fingering. So whoever said there was fingering, there was no fingering going on. There was bumping and grinding. They were dancing, whatever, doing his thing. I seen Reggie looking upset, like texting or whatever. So of course, I don't want to see, my favorite member upset. So I walk up to him. I'm like, are you okay? He was like, yeah, I'm good. Remind you, they were all drinking or whatever. So I'm standing in between Ollie and Reggie. So I'm like, okay. So then I go and sit on the couch closest to the door. It was a 2-seater door. Sit there. So then I'm in front of Ollie and the girl. Still, there was no fingering, nothing like that going on. And then she's upset, and then so I was like, okay. So then I turned to my left and I'm like, how are you? He's like, good. Justin did not come up and talk to Victoria. And she did not tell Justin, look over your shoulder, because Justin already had seen it when he was standing by the door when he was talking to me. So he already had seen what was going on. So Justin literally jumped over me and talked to Reggie. And that's when him and Reggie exited the bus. So then I was like, okay, so, and then Justin comes back on the bus. He takes Reggie off. Then Justin comes back on, so Justin comes back on the bus, and then he's just standing there. So then I was like, okay, well then I guess I'm going to get off because, you know, it looks like everybody's leaving. So I ended up getting, like, I couldn't open the door. So Justin was like, here, I'll help you. So Justin opened the door for me. Victoria's still sitting there, like, upset, really mad. Looks like she was crying, like crying. So then I was like, okay. So we get off the bus, and then Justin opens.
So this is what people were like not getting. She was claiming that Oliver was blackout drunk. So how could he have essayed someone?
The door. Darren wasn't even on the bus at the time. Darren was off the bus because he's the one who helped me get off the bus because the stairs were so steep that I couldn't walk down. So Darren helped me get off the bus. I go outside. Our friend is puking her ass out on the floor. So I go over there and I'm like, is she good? Like, what the hell's going on? So then my daughter was like, you know, I don't know, Mom, she's throwing up, whatever. So I was like, well, I'm going to go get the car. She's like, okay. So as I was getting ready to leave to get the car, I see Ollie come out. Justin's walking with Ollie to the other bus. Sebastian is walking to the other bus, which Sebastian wasn't on the bus. I believe it was Sebastian and Ty that came and got Ollie, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it was Ty. Ty came and got Ollie and told him it's time to go. He did not get dragged off the bus like a little kid. He did not get yelled at. They did not yell at him or anything like that. They just told him it's time to go. Whispered in his ear, time to go. So he ends up going to the next bus. So I told my daughter, I was like, I'm going to go get the car. She was like, well, I don't want you to walk a block by yourself, so I'm going to go with you. So I asked Sammy, I was like, hey, Sammy, can you watch our friend while I go? Well, at that time, she was our friend. Can you watch her while I go get my car? He was like, yeah, cool, okay. So she was throwing up more, I guess, when we went to go get the car. When I brought the car back, Sammy was nowhere near to be found. But then when I did find him, he was like, I'm sorry, I couldn't stand to watch that. I can't watch somebody throw up. I have a weak stomach. I said, no worries. So, remind you, when she was throwing up, Justin and Ryan stepped in it. Reggie looked at her really, really weird. Like, what the hell? Like, she was sloppy drunk. So I get the car, I pull up, and Victoria's standing next to her. I was like, okay, well, we need to get her in the car. So me, my daughter, P, and Victoria get her into the car. Justin, I don't know where she got. Justin came and helped us because Justin was nowhere near to be found. All the guys were already on the other bus getting ready to leave. Nobody was on that bus no more. They shut that down. They shut that down. As soon as I got off, it was shut down. That's why I got off, because they were shutting it down because of what was going down. So we got her into the car, and I told Victoria, I was like, we need a bag or something because I don't want her throwing up in my car. So they got a bag, and she didn't throw up in my car. And then Victoria was crying and mad about the whole situation. And I was hoping and praying she didn't say nothing about it in my car because I didn't want my daughter to the guys or whatever. So she started blabbering it to everybody in the car. And I'm like, oh my. And so I don't know why she would do that. When I told her at the hotel, when we got back to the hotel, we got our friend in, whatever, and she was blabbering it the whole night to us about Ollie, like, how could he do that? He owes me an apology. I'm like, what does he owe you an apology for? You guys are not together. Like, oh, I understand that's your friend, but he doesn't owe you an apology. So I'm thinking that to my head. And then, so she went on about it and everything. And my daughter's looking at me, and I told her I'll explain to her later. So, yeah. So then the next morning we get up and we're getting ready. We're going to LA, whatever. I'm thinking she got us onto the guest list because that's what I was told. That's the only reason why. And I swear to God, on my mama's grave, that's the only reason why I went to LA was because she said that she could get us on the guest list. That's why I drove. So we get up the Grapevine and we get into LA. We're by Magic Mountain. She's like, oh, I don't think Sammy's going to be able to get you guys on the guest list. I said, what? I thought we were already on the guest list. She goes, well, we're not going to be able to do it because they have a lot of people already on the guest list. I guess the guys and their friends or whatever. So I'm like, what the fuck?
So here's another comment. Because they had new management, they were unfollowing a lot of fans back then. She was upset.
Like, I was mad as hell, like mad. So I had to go literally on Ticketmaster and buy my ticket. My daughter, she came to the stops with no money. She had $0. I paid for dinner. I paid for everything. She came with $0. I had to buy my tickets to LA, which I was heated about already. And then when I got to the hotel, she was like, oh, it's only a $35 deposit. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, $35, that's nothing. Okay. Comes to find out it was $100 deposit. And I ended up keeping it because it was for parking and for something else. I forgot what it was for. But yeah, I didn't end up getting that money back, which I was heated about. So then the next day I was, everything was cool. She was cool with Ollie. My daughter is right here and she can vouch for this. Ollie did apologize to her and said, I'm sorry about San Francisco or whatever. She was like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Lovey-dovey with pictures of her and Ollie. Still taking lovey-dovey pictures, hugging up on Ollie, everything. So I'm not sure what led to her to say all this about Ollie, but I do want to let you know that there was no minors on the bus. So whoever is saying that, please stop. Because if she's trying to say my daughter was a minor, she was not. She was 18 and she didn't even step foot on that bus. The whole time she did not even step foot on that bus. And there was no minors, no mother sitting next to her. I sat next to her the whole time.
Okay.
And Justin did not help her get our friend into the car because Justin was already on the bus. They were getting ready to leave. And I'm not trying to bash nobody. I'm just telling my side of the story and I'm not doing it because I'm trying to bash her. I'm doing it because these guys deserve the real explanation on what happened.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And nobody deserves to
Yep.
be lied on, especially about sexual assault, especially about minors too. So I want
J
to
say
clock it.
SA. Don't say
Yes,
y'all.
sir. So let me clock this too, though, because according to Victoria, she said the minor's mom told her at the end. You guys remember that? The minor's mom told her at the end that she didn't want her child seeing it. But if you really want to clock it, this story sounds a bit familiar on what Melissa said, because that reminded me of what Melissa said. It was like Melissa, you remember when you was like you told Victoria you didn't want your daughter seeing this, right?
Correct. Sorry, I'm eating while I'm
Okay.
talking to you guys.
You're okay. So to clear this on up, I feel like Victoria had twisted that narrative into bringing up some made up story about a minor and a minor's mom. Uh, the mom that said they didn't want their daughter seeing this, her daughter is actually 18. And again, like she said, she did not step foot on that bus.
No.
So,
She's seen everybody get off the bus. She's seen Ollie get off the bus. He did not get dragged. He did not get yelled at. He got off by himself with Ty.
Okay, someone just said I'm not defending NSB. I never go hard. Honestly, I really don't care about how you feel about NSB. At the end of the day, nobody deserves to be lied up on about SA and also lying about minors being involved in this. That is disgusting. I don't care how you feel about NSB. Nobody deserves
Um,
to be lied upon. So,
I
anyways,
I want to say this though to address a comment. They had asked. Then Ollie had, why did he apologize? He must have apologized for something. Let me clarify what the apology would be. Like I said, Jay and I will be posting about this later on Twitter. Um, if you guys want to know what the apology genuinely was about, it's not because of the quote unquote fingering that she claims happened. It's the simple fact that, for one, the tour bus had ended early. Two, because of how they were dancing with each other, that's mostly the reason why they had got down off of that bus. So him apologizing wasn't because of what she claimed happened, but was for a whole different reasoning, which you guys should actually be considerate because you guys will want an apology either way. That is what he's apologizing about. And for her to say that at one of the stops, he has said that she wasn't supposed to see that and didn't want her to see the other side of him like that. Like I said, we'll provide that later. If this was about management and you guys know how strict management is, let's actually put context clues together.
you know, what is you all like? Y'all friends? Because I hear like, y'all are y'all are a couple. There's some blackmailing going on. Yeah.
Kind of hard to explain. Low key, we did have like a situationship for like a good year. Like it's been on and off. Like me and Ollie are always gonna be friends, no matter what. He is, as you can tell, very possessive.
Yeah.
Very fucking possessive.
Yeah.
Me and Ollie have been on and off since VidCon 2019. That's why anytime that's why I always talk about it so much because VidCon 2019 kind of changed our whole like relationship kind of vibe, I guess. Because with the boys, I've honestly seen a lot of like other situations that didn't involve me, which crazy, I know. A lot of other situations that didn't involve me happen publicly, and they would all get banned from their lives. They do this, they do that. But like the boys don't like shit being public because they don't want. Because I'm gonna put this out here right now. The boys know the stars are toxic. They know that they are toxic. Seven Ollie literally told me that they're more toxic than the Moy Army, and that's saying something because Moy Army was fucking toxic. Because me and Seb were talking about the whole Switzerland fan things, but whatever. But yeah, he was like, they know it's toxic. That's why they don't really try to do anything, and they didn't try to speak up about anything. But now they're trying to.
Yeah.
And then fan. Literally, plain out, I was a fan. I'm not gonna lie. 2019 happened. He gave me his number. Him and Seb, they gave me their numbers.
It's a lot, but I was hearing like, you and Olive did sexual things, pretending like on the buzz and like at shows, and like you are paying him to keep quiet, and yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be very, very real. The closest thing that me and Holly me and Ollie have almost done was he VidCon 2019. I trust you. Don't tell anybody this.
I won't.
VidCon 2019, we were supposed to go up to Ollie and Seb's hotel. It was me and my friend Georgia. Because at the time, Georgia and Seb had a thing going on. Like he would literally drive 3 hours to see Georgia. Besides the point, it was a long time ago. But me and we were supposed to go up to his hotel room. Like that's how close, you know. And that's as close as we got in. And then the other time was he almost. I think the only other time was he almost kissed me on tour, like last tour. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I was just like no, because on the low, Ollie has a girl.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He has a girl. Yeah. Everybody can kind of, because now that he's finally posting her, I'm like, because I'm friends with her. Like, I'm literally friends with her. I was with her the last tour, and that's why everybody was like so shocked about it. And I'm like, don't act like I want Ollie like that.
Yeah.
I don't, because like, yes, I love Ollie.
So, if you're unfamiliar with TikTok content create houses, you know this is a common theme. Like, even in their videos, they will talk about Tinder, dating sites, fucking girls, bringing girls home. So, I don't know why everyone is shocked about this. Okay, starting from here, please pause to read this thread. Literally explains everything that's been happening.
like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. I did not sign anything for them. Anything. I didn't sign an NDA. I didn't sign anything else. Literally, I didn't sign shit.
I'm out and being like, oh, she probably did something to piss him off. Oh, she probably did this. She probably did that. It's literally between me and him. And it's something that happened not mutually, but it wasn't his fault, if that makes sense. I am not will to say what actually happened because I genuinely don't feel like waking up to a cease and desist in my fucking.
I hope it's something that can be fixed. Honestly, if I was in Vic's position in that moment, I would feel the same way. I would be so.
Like, I'm not gonna unfollow him or anything like that. Like, we're both still mutuals on everything. Like, we haven't unfollowed each other. We haven't done any of that. It's just right now, me and him are not on good terms, and that's all I'm gonna say. It's just it's like one of those little like friend fights, I guess you guys can say.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, it's not a fight, but yeah.
But it's something that I'm not allowed to say, and it's just like, I would tell you if I could.
But
it's crazy.
Vanna asked how bad on terms of a scale of 1 to 10.
Probably like a 7 or 8. I'm not going to.
Vic is being mature here and not going to put it online. So if you ask like what it was, she's not going to answer it because, you know, it's kind of it's a thing that needs to be settled offline.
And please, I know you guys are asking me, but please don't go ask Ollie about it because that's just going to piss him off more. So.
Anything, okay? And so, fast forward to LA, because after SF was LA. LA comes around, because we ended up driving from SF to LA. She drove one half, I drove the other. And so, we ended up getting there late, okay? We got there late. I'm not gonna lie, we got there late. We show up, we get let in, the meet and greet was first. The only thing that this man had to fucking say to me was, Vic, you weren't supposed to see that last night. I don't want you to see that side of me. And the words, I'm sorry, never came out of that motherfucker's mouth. Not once did it come out, oh, I'm sorry. No. Not fucking once did that motherfucker say sorry to me. And after all we've fucking been through, you would think so, right? Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. I did not sign anything for them. Anything. I didn't sign an NDA. I didn't sign anything else. Literally, I didn't sign shit.
I'm out and being like,
people that asked me if I was fucking okay was Justin and Darren. The rest of them didn't know what happened because they weren't at the front of the bus. They were in the back. And Reggie was nowhere to be seen. So, yeah. I do want to preference that if any of you have been silenced by NSB or Oliver Moy his fucking self, please come forward. Please come forward because this man needs to stop doing this to women and denying it like he's the fucking victim. Oliver Moy, you try to play the victim every fucking time you have some sort of incident. Bitch, I had your number at one point. I'm pretty sure I would know how you fucking deal with shit. You try to sweep shit under the rug and be like, oh, it'll pass. Bitch, you need to be held fucking accountable. Your reputation.
And then the second situation was, it wasn't even a situation, but it was the VidCon thing where he basically took me and my other friend Georgia up to his room, or almost did, and security stopped us, but we're not allowed to talk about that because Ollie was trying to, he was trying to do, but yeah. So we were close to doing it that time, but yeah. That's
Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I would really want to know, like, what's your take on this? For me personally, it seems like Victoria was jealous. She has a crush on Oliver, and then she was kind of upset that she didn't get with him. Yeah, that's how I see it. So that's the story. That's the tea on the drama. Pretty shitty of her to claim sexual assault. Very, very much. Like, it's how upset are you? How jealous can you be to claim someone sexually assaulted another person? Like, I think people are just throwing out big words. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. I'll see you guys in the next one if there are new developments to this whole controversy. Let me know also what you want me to talk about, to touch on. If I missed anything, comment down below and let me know.